The whispering dogwood. The boredom of Midwest nights had a way of gnawing at your ribs. That's what got them out there. 4 guys crammed into Eric's rust-bitten Corolla, music too loud, laughter too forced. Somewhere outside of Columbia, Missouri, where the trees thicken and cell service dies, they veered off the highway in search of something that felt like anything. The gravel turned to dirt. The dirt narrowed to a trail. Eventually, they ditched the car, hiking deeper into a forest none of them could name. It was Ryan who spotted it first. A cabin. Tucked behind a screen of evergreens, it leaned crookedly, as if sulking into the forest floor. The logs were blackened with rot and age. Moss grew thick along the roofline. The windows were nearly opaque, smeared with dust and what looked like dried handprints, too small to be adult. Inside, through the murk, shelves lined the walls. Jars. Dozens of them. Some cloudy with yellow liquid, some packed with dried herbs, feathers, stones. A desiccated rabbit's paw floated in one. Another held what might have been teeth. "Like which stuff?" Darrell muttered, squinting through the grime. "Let's check it out," Eric said, already stepping off the trail. But none of them got closer. The air shifted, dense and metallic. The birds had stopped. The silence felt conscious, watching. Then the whispers began. Not words. Not quite. More like the idea of speech. Breath moving just behind their ears. Intimate, like someone leaning in too close. Every rustle in the underbrush felt deliberate. Each of them heard something different. A woman calling their name, the voice of a long-dead relative, the echo of a childhood nightmare. But all of it meant the same thing. You don't belong here. "Run," Ryan said, voice flat with certainty. They didn't argue. The forest didn't want them to leave. Branches clawed at their shirts. Thorns they hadn't noticed on the way in scratched them. The trees crowded closer. The whispers rose, giddy, angry, hungry. Then Darrell cried out and collapsed. "My ankle, shit, I heard something behind me." Eric and Ryan flanked him, dragging him up. The weight slowed them. Connor sprinted ahead, looking back only once. When they reached the clearing, the Corolla was still there, sitting stupid and small beneath the trees. The morning dew had beaded on the windshield like cold sweat. Eric dug in his pockets. Then his bag. Then again. Again. I had them," he stammered, voice cracking. "I had them." The laughter started. It wasn't loud, but it was everywhere. A wet, broken cackle that slid between the trees like smoke. Sometimes it was behind them. Sometimes it was inside the car, even though the doors were closed. They climbed in anyway, slammed the doors, locked them. Huddled there, fogging up the glass with breath, they waited. The laughter came and went. It changed pitch, mimicked voices. Once it sounded like Connor's mom. Another time, it giggled like a child. Branches tapped on the windows in slow, deliberate patterns. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, like knocking. At some point, Ryan sobbed. The others pretended not to hear. Time twisted. No one looked at their phones. Then, just before sunrise, the forest exhaled. The silence returned. Not peaceful, just expectant. The morning light crept through the trees, pale and unsure. And there, sitting on the hood of the Corolla like a gift left by some polite devil, were the keys. Eric reached for them slowly, hand trembling. No one said a word on the drive back. Darrell clenched his jaw the whole way. Ryan stared out the window, unblinking. Connor wouldn't stop looking behind them. They never spoke about it again, not really. A nervous joke once, maybe twice. But none of them ever went back. Others have tried to find the cabin. Local thrill seekers. Paranormal YouTubers. People who heard the story secondhand and wanted proof. But the trail twists differently each time. The clearing is never where it was. The cabin, if it ever truly stood, has never been found again. Still, some who've wandered that part of the forest report strange things. The feeling of being watched. Sudden cold in the heat of summer. Whispers with no wind. An overwhelming wrongness in the trees. Not everyone runs. But everyone regrets staying. Missouri has too many forests, and too many secrets. And some secrets don't stay put. Some follow you home.